Nitish, why are you attending online?
Sir,
Why are you attending online?
sir, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday after the class, I'm going for a coaching, sir. So for that,
Okay.
it is easy to go from a house, sir.
Okay. Well, I'm the one that I'm type in one.
Sir,
Ah,
sir, that one I asked the doubt, right?
which one?
Sir, I have sent to that your mobile, sir, the pic.
Yeah, yeah. So today, just now I saw it. Okay, I'll have a look into it.
Okay, sir.
See, that thing I've already explained. Why is it not my pi by 2 minus omega t? Because omega t has to be positive. You see, if you start with a sine omega t being positive, right? So when you write the resultant, there also you should have omega t plus pi by 2 or omega t minus pi by 2. You should not write pi by 2 minus omega t. If you revisit the concept of, see in the video section, right? We have segregated it as AC source connected across inductor and capacitor. The name itself is there. If you revisit that video and have a look at it, I have mentioned that point. Okay. You'll
Okay,
get
sir.
an
I will
you'll
look.
get an answer to it. Go through the derivation completely. Don't worry about that step. Go through the derivation and still you have a doubt, reach out.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. those who are attending online, start working on 10.3. That is problem based on dot product, right? After that, we'll work on the cross product. So 10.3, how many problems are there? I think I almost did few. How many did I do? 10.3, I didn't start at all. Huh? I taught only the concepts. Projection part alone, I told I'll teach. Apart from that, didn't I do even one problem? Yeah, I asked you to solve and then come. Okay, that's better. See, since everybody is a science student, I'm trusting that physics student only. So you know that chapter okay, better than anyone. So keep solving. You have a doubt, reach out. Okay, I'll be here only. I'll teach, but I'll start in next 15 to 20 minutes. Only. So till then, I want you all to sit and work on it. Is it clear to people, those who are online?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So start working on it. 10.3, start working. How many problems are there? 18, no? See, each problem maximum 2 minutes, 36 minutes, that exercise should be over. Except problem based on projection. Projection part, you need not worry about, I will teach. Except that work on it, each problem 2 minutes. Is there any doubt till now? Done. Is there any doubt? All are clear? Sixth.
Yes, sir.
Yes means clear or doubted? Doubt.
Clear, sir.
Okay, give me a minute. TV on हो गया. Nitin, ask our book approach. Our. Clear. So tell me the problem. Sixth one la getting here. Okay, Bataklam. What is tough about it? Nothing. So read the question. Okay. One minute. A vector dot minus B vector. A vector plus B vector dot suppose a question comes like this, what is expected? They are expecting magnitude of a vector. Yesterday, you remember I told you one problem. Whenever they ask you the magnitude of a vector, what are you supposed to consider involuntarily? consider the dot product of the vector with itself. You remember this point which I mentioned yesterday? Look at one of the example problems. I think 12th one, I don't remember which one it is. In one of the example problems, we got the answer as root 5. 10th, 11th or 12th, something like that. 17, root 5 on the 17th. This problem. So when they ask you the magnitude of A vector minus B vector by giving the other parameters, I told you that you need to consider the dot product of a vector with itself. Am I right? So I want you to remember that because it is not specific only to this problem. That is the whole logic throughout wherever vectors is there and 3 dimensions. Okay. So suppose they gave you this problem, they themselves have already given you the dot product. And you have how many unknowns? 2 unknowns, and how many expressions do you have in your hand? Will you be able to solve them? Yes, let's proceed. So A vector dot B vector minus, sorry, A vector plus B vector dot A vector minus B vector is going to give us. Can I directly write it as A square because A vector dot A vector is A square. Minus, can I write it as B square? Right, because what will happen in between you will have A dot B minus A dot B, they'll get cancelled. So A square minus B square is equal to 8. Now you have 8 is equal to, sorry, A is equal to 18. Substitute. So A square will be 64, B square minus B square is 8, which implies 63 B square is 8, which implies B will be 8 divided by 63 under the root. Take it, substitute in the place of A. Check the answer. Then to understand the logic, right? See, these problems are simple, but when it comes in the exam part, they'll ask you a side data question. At that point, you will be in a position to answer this. Clear? Any other problem which is bothering you? That's it. So you're not doing it for my sake, no, you're checking the answers at the back also. I'm trusting you guys. Right? Because it's a very easy chapter to marks. This chapter and next chapter together, and remember, I think it is 14 or something. 14 marks, easiest score. Easily. Okay, so don't miss. So if there are no doubt, okay, those are online also. If there is no doubt, then we can proceed to the next exercise. For projection, projection part of next. Yeah, projection. Okay. Write down the heading as projection of one vector on another. Okay. Let's see what it is. As the name suggests, see, listen. If I have this line, okay, if I have another line, so projection basically means dropping perpendiculars. I'll explain it in a slightly higher perspective so that this will be easy for you, so that you can visualize. See, generally the word projections are used when you want to convert a 3-dimensional shape onto a paper. So yeah, say for the water bottle, there's a, so this water bottle, what shape does it take? It takes the shape of a cylinder. But if I ask you what is the projection of the cylinder on a paper? Paper is 2-dimensional. So what is the projection of this on a paper? What will you say? Sorry? How did you know that? So how did you say it's a rectangle? Because when you keep this and hit on top of it, what will happen? It will take the shape of a rectangle. It means from all the surfaces, if you're dropping perpendiculars, the perpendiculars put together will give you the shape of a rectangle. I hope you're able to visualize that. Right? So projection means perpendicular. See, projection means dropping perpendiculars from a line to another line or a line to a plane. Okay. So here, what do I mean by projection of one vector on other is? if there is a line segment like this, and if there is a line, okay, imagine this as a line. I'm taking only this part, and there is a line segment. So this line I'm taking up. I hope you're able to visualize, not the remote as a whole. I'm taking only this line into consideration. I'm taking only the sharp edge into consideration. So from this here, what can happen is, from this end, from one of the ends, I can drop a perpendicular, and from the other end, I can drop a perpendicular, so that I'll get 2 foot of the perpendiculars. If I measure the distance between the 2 foot of the perpendiculars which are dropped from the ends of the line segment that I gave you, is what is called as projection of the line segment on this line. Simple. So what does projection mean? Tell me. It is basically the distance between the foot of the perpendiculars dropped from a line segment to a line. Clear? So similarly, what should happen with respect to a vector? You guys tell me. I will have one vector and I'll have another vector. Since vector is a directed line segment. So what do you mean by directed line segment? It has a length and a direction. Right? So when that is going to be the case, if I drop a perpendicular from here and here, if I take this to be A and this to be B, then this distance AB is said to be projection of the first vector. Let me call this as A vector and let me call this as B vector. Projection of A vector on B vector. Am I clear, guys? So our job is to relate this to the concept of dot product of vectors. How do we do that? If I extend it like this, right, then there is a possibility for me to say that the angle between those two vectors is theta. If that is going to be theta, then I will draw a horizontal line here. Can I do that? I cover this. I won't. Okay. So then this horizontal is going to be the projection. Am I right? Because this distance and this distance are the same. So our job is to find this A dash B dash. And remember, A dash B dash is exactly equal to AB. So can I say A dash B dash is a part of B vector? See, if suppose this is B vector, this is B vector. So this B vector is of how much length? 0 to 30 centimeter. I'm ignoring the ends. So I have measurement here, 0 to 30. Correct? So when I drop a projection, let's say I'm drawing between 7 to 21. What is going to be the projection then? 7 to 21, 21 minus 7, you're going to have 14. So can I say that 14 is some lambda times 30? How can I write? See, 14 lambda times 30. I don't know what is lambda. Lambda is 14 divided by 30. Means the projection, the length of the projection can always be represented in terms of the vector onto which the projection is done. Right? So keeping that in mind, can I say that this is lambda times B vector? Can I? And this is going to be theta. Can I? If that is the scenario, we have a formula in our hand, a ready-made formula in our hand, which defines the angle between two vectors. What are they? Cos theta is equal to A vector dot, or I write A vector dot B vector divided by magnitude of A vector into magnitude of B vector. So if I call this as C, what I'm going to do is, see, the reason why I explained about this lambda B vector is, there are 2 points I'm trying to cover. One is in terms of projection. Second is, I want you to have this parallelism concept and collinearity concept in your mind. If two vectors are given, how will you, looking at it, how will you say they are parallel or collinear? If one vector is scalar times another, then you can conclude that they are collinear. Parallel or collinear. Am I right? So if things are very simple. A dash, B dash, C. If I take a separate triangle like this, I'm taking this and putting it there. Please know the length on the A. If I x divided by A is equal to how much? Cos theta. A cos theta means the length of this projection A dash B dash is actually the magnitude of A multiplied with cos of the angle between A and B. That's what I put it. So if I have cos theta is equal to A vector dot B vector by A into B, I take the A to the other side. Then what will happen? A cos theta will be equal to A vector dot B vector divided by B vector. This is some projection. So the projection of A vector on B vector is A dot B by B. What would be the projection of B on A? A dot B by okay, that's it. Here, so you have to visualize it. Remember, this concept is important. The next chapter we will apply it again. Don't memorize it. Those are all, I hope I'm clear, right?
Yes,
Those are
sir.
all. Yes, please make a note.
Sir, sir,
Hold on, only 3 or 4 problems will be there. 1 minute for each problem. Do it fast.
sir, I have a doubt. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Sukriti, tell me.
Sir, is the magnitude and component, is the projection and component of a vector different?
You can see component of a vector along the direction of another vector can also be called as projection. I didn't want to use that word. Means what I'm trying to say here is lambda times B vector is there, order. Lambda times B vector can also be written as A cos theta times B cap.
Sir, so a component of a vector is a vector, whereas the projection is just the magnitude.
No, component is spoken for an individual vector. When will you speak about projection? See, you cannot use the word projection of a vector, meaningless. Projection of a vector on another vector means you need minimum of 2 vectors for you to use the word projection. Whereas if I give you something like this, A vector is equal to 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. If I give you something like this 2, 3, 4 are called as the components. Here it is only one vector. You're able to understand X component, Y component, and Z component. Whereas if
So,
you
but
want to use
aren't they the projection on the x-axis and y-axis and z-axis respectively?
from where?
Sir, suppose you said A vector is 2i cap, so
Okay.
2
So
is
you're
nothing but the
visualizing it.
projection of
Okay,
A
you
vector
can
on
say that.
x-axis.
You can say that. See, if you see, for example, you want to take this as the origin. This is how A vector is there. You're trying to say from here you're dropping a perpendicular so that this distance is 2. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
That's right. You can say that. You can say that.
Sir, so for A vector in this case, 2i cap is the component of A vector along x-axis, whereas 2 is the projection of A along x-axis.
That's right.
Okay,
The
sir.
projection where the vector is the position vector. If it is a position vector, then the distance from the origin to here is 2. See, if it is somewhere hanging over here, then for you to define the projection will be tough. You need to follow the concept of shifting of origin.
Understood, sir.
I'm not sure if you have learned shifting of origin. So if you take 0, 0, 0, then 2 will be the projection of the vector on the x-axis. So try to think about it. Shall I proceed? So did you guys solve the problems? Easy. So then we shall proceed to the cross product. So start with 10.4. See, the only point that I didn't cover in the video of this lecture is, sure you already know, if two vectors are given in their standard forms, ai cap plus a1 I cap plus a2 I cap, sorry, j cap plus a3 k cap, and the second vector is b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap, then how do you find the a cross b between them? You will use a determinant. You already know this, right? So if suppose there are two vectors, a vector cross b vector, where a vector is a1 I cap plus a2 j cap plus a3 k cap cross b1 I cap plus b2 j cap plus b3 k cap, then you will find it using I, j, k, and you will have a1, a2, a3, and e1, a2, a3. Remaining things you already know. Right? There's only point you need to know. See, there is a reason why we are writing it like this. I hope you know it. Why is it so? Because you have three terms here. You have three terms here. What are you supposed to, when you multiply, you get 9 terms. So out of those 9 terms, how many terms will get cancelled? Let's see how many of you are able to use logic. What will be one of
3
the
terms, sir.
A1, sorry. How many terms? 6 cancel out.
Oh, 3 terms will cancel, sir.
Three
6 will
terms
remain.
Why 3 terms? Because A1, B1, you will have I cap cross I cap. You will have I cap cross I cap. So I cross I is, so they are parallel. Similarly, you will have J cross J, that will get cancelled. Similarly, you will have K cross K, that will get cancelled. So you will have 6 other components. And those 6 components put together is going to give you a determinant like this. Clear? So this derivation, I have actually done it. Let's share it with you. If you want, if you're interested to know why it is so, I've already done it, I'll share it. Okay, is very clear. So this is the logic you need to use. Can you start solving the problems? Start with the exercise. Any problems with this one? How many problems are over? Done. No doubts still. Third, what is the question? This is the direction percent based problem. Direction percent I'll explain it later. Direction percent, see, don't worry about this chapter. You will be able to understand the next chapter also. Because 3D is actually an application of vectors. Next. Anything else? Tell me. A vector cross B vector is equal to 0 vector. Okay. If A vector is 0 or B vector is 0, A cross B is 0. This is one of the properties. I think you would have seen it, right? What is the meaning of converse? If I say A vector cross B vector is a null vector, I repeat it. If I say A vector cross B vector is a null vector, can I conclude that A vector is a null vector or B vector is a null vector? Why? So did you make a notes of the lecture I shared today? Did you make a note or you just went through it? Just went through it, no? In that, there is a second observation that I discussed. The second observation says if A vector cross B vector is null vector, right, then they are parallel vectors. So what are the converse asking? Converse is saying that if A cross B is null vector, is A vector 0 or B vector 0 is what we can say. Not necessary. A vector cross B vector is 0. It is possible when A and B both are parallel vectors, at the same time non-zero vectors also. So converse need not be true. Are you able to understand the logic? Fine. Okay. Other problems you could solve? Any other doubt? You asked for the seventh one. No, did you solve? You're still not getting. Got the answer? Huh? Good. Read the question. Repeat. A vector and B vector are 2 unit vectors. Okay. Okay. So A vector plus B vector, if I take the magnitude, it should be 1. Am I right? There should be 120 degrees. Okay, I'll tell you how. A vector plus B vector, wherever you see magnitude, what is the first step? Consider the dot product of the vector with itself. Meaning, if I take magnitude of A vector plus B vector as 1, then the square of it is going to be 1 only. Correct? It's going to be 1 only. So A vector plus B vector dot A vector plus B vector is 1. So what am I going to get? I'll get A square plus B square plus 2 times A vector dot B vector. If this is equal to 1, A square is 1, B square is 1. 2 times A dot D is AB cos theta. 1 into cos theta is equal to 1. 1 and 1 will get cancelled, which implies cos theta is equal to minus half. So what is the value of theta? 120 degrees or 2 pi by 3. Both are right. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. Any other question? Any other point that you want me to solve? Is it fine? Any other doubt? Nothing. So those who are online, any doubt? See, I'm assuming that you guys were sincere. I can see you people. That said, I don't know what they are doing. That's it, no? So can you complete this exercise and miscellaneous by next class? So what do we have? 3D, right? 3D is the only torturing chapter. If that is over, we are done. Linear programming is nothing. It's a very, very easy chapter that will teach you. Probability again is an extension of what you have learned last year. You remember how to draw the Venn diagrams and set, all the rules, no? Union, intersection, all those things that is what you need to use. Okay, so maximum 5 to 6 classes we should be done. Okay, see, since we are starting that course next week, right? Since we are starting it, I understand that we need to go with this also parallelly. Okay, for the next 2 weeks alone, you need to work up and down. In the sense, physics fortunately is over, right? So math part, chemistry part, what needs to happen, we need to work a little bit more. In the sense, you need to make sure that you attend both. So we'll be teaching this also. At the same day, you need to attend the revision classes also. Okay, so at the matter, I'm just putting it in mind so that you be mentally prepared. Sorry,
Sir,
tell me.
sir, next week, is there revision classes?
Yeah, I gave you the schedule, no?
Sir, so next week full is revision classes and next to next week the test start.
From
Am I right?
21st only you will have the test. The first test is planned only on 21st. If you go through the schedule again, the schedule will have chapter names and timing beside it. The chapter names mattu irunda, it is not test. Chapter names is teaching. Okay, test tonight it will be there as test. So the first part test is starting on 21st of November. So whatever are the topics planned for the first part is, we will be covering it in the revision classes. Okay, so again I'm repeating, in the revision classes, we will only be teaching you how to solve problems. We will not be reteaching the concepts. Reteaching concepts, you have to go through the app account. Okay, so derivation, those things we will not reteach again because we cannot waste time on it. So 1 hour, let's say we can target 15 to 20 problems. So depending on the requirement, if at all you need more help, So as of now, I put it according to the plan of mine. Let's say you're facing some more problem with the particular chapter. At that time, we'll have some extra classes. So you guys should speak and let me know, or else I'll not know. I'll be under assumption that you understood. Purida. Plan Purida. So next week there is no test. Next week is classes. 21st you have the part test 1 starting, and the full portion test will start exactly at the time of your half yearly. Somewhere around December I will start. Okay. So from then onwards, you will have 3 part tests. So from 21st November, like calculated from November. From November till December, you will have 3 part tests. You know what are part tests? No? The chapters are broken into smaller chunks. You will not have the full portion. After that, you're going to have the full portion test, right? And every test that is going to happen will be strictly according to the 2020-23 board pattern. If you have 18 MCQs in your sample paper, the same 18 questions will be in the part test also. Okay. Similarly, these many subject elements, the same thing will get reflected in your paper also. So it is exact practice for those tests. So make sure you're writing the test, don't bunk. Under any circumstance, don't bunk. If at all you have something coming up the next day, plan your schedule properly so that you don't miss the tests. That is more important. At the same time, like how we are doing it here, you will have the revision classes being recorded that will be given to you. So if at all here and there you are missing, I can give you permission for that, but I would suggest not to miss that also. But that is like how I told you, for example, this problem is there. Like if you see, I didn't teach you what is this problem about. I told you how to think. I told this point twice today, but still you didn't get it. Wherever modulus is equated to a number, you need to consider the dot product of itself, dot product of the vector with itself. So these kind of techniques will come. So don't miss the classes. So yeah, your life will be easy. Clear? Any other doubt that you have? Clear, no? Anyways, I'm planning an orientation session on Sunday. At that point, I'll clearly explain so that your parents also understand. I got to understand that most of you have confusion of what is it. I'll clear it by Sunday. Okay. For you guys, I've already cleared it, but I'll again clear it on Sunday by attempting an online meeting. So yeah. Anything else? So what I'm
No,
planning
sir.
to do these 3 days, see, I don't want to waste time. For the next 3 days, the mornings I'll try to record 3-dimensional geometries concepts also. Okay. So I'll explain it in detail, like how I take up a class, I'll explain it in detail. Vectors I ran because you know this chapter, you guys are already able to solve. I can see that. But 3-dimensional geometry is not as easy as what you have learned last year. Last year it was only distance formula, section formula. This year you have to write the equations. So another clear explain, make sure that you're going through the videos before coming to class so that classes can be utilized to solve problems. Syllabus secret. Okay, then you can focus on revision. So that is one more support I need from your end. Given this don't expect me to teach everything in detail. Time you waste your time and my time as well. So yeah. So I'll work as much as possible and give it to you. Sure. So apart from that, you have any other help you need? Sorry, after being the concept, even if you let me know, I will try to re-record and give it to you with a better clarity. We not wait for the classes. That's what I'm trying to say. So the very utilize money. Let's make it. So have this in mind. Tuition center very it's a hybrid model where we are trying to work upon. Other support element. If you guys have this picture of when the tuition of clear money, you should also believe in we have technology available, make use of it. Sir, is help I'm ready to help. Not only me, I'll get it from the others and give it to you. That is what I'm expecting. So Nico smarter, I'll also be smart. Okay, what's crack?
Sir,
Solra.
sir, ray optics telescope concept irka illaya sir?
Irkeda.
Adha sir doubt.
It's there. Telescope is there. Microscope is there. If you have a doubt, I'll record and send it, not an issue.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll give it. I know there are certain topics, wave optics, there is diffraction, I know it is tough. So the problem face particularly let me know. So yeah.
Yes, sir.
So simple. Next 3 months, நீங்களும் focus பண்ணுங்க. I'll also work with you. சரி. It's very simple. Tension எடுத்துக்காதீங்க. Enjoy your life. But at the same time, do your exams also. That's it. We'll wind up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Sir,
Tomorrow, no, here it is offline. 5 to 7. 5 to 7. What was the